People love roses, and I can see why. They're the queens of the garden. But they're a lot of work. You have to do special pruning on them in the spring, and you have to protect them especially in the wintertime. So, once all danger of frost is past, we remove the big ugly brick, and then we're going to lift this off. Now, you see the way in the fall we mounded up the mulch? That's to stop mice from getting in the winter. Now we're going to lift this off. And that's actually pretty good. That's a happy rose. We're just going to clean away the soil that's here so that we can see what we're doing. And we really want to be making the cuts below the soil so that new growth is forced to come up from below the soil anyway. There's a bud there. That one's pretty obvious there. There's actually one over on the back here. And then the next one is here, but we want a bud that goes out from the center of the plant so that when it grows in an open vase-shaped form. And that's going to help reduce fungal problems like black spot and powdery mildew. I'm actually going to break the rules and I'm going to cut this whole branch off. Do you hear that robin laughing at me? And now we're just going to cover it all just with an inch or so of soil. With hybrid tea roses, you want to cut them back to, believe it or not, 3 to 5 stems per plant and 3 to 5 buds per stem. So this is technically a shrub rose, and shrub roses are usually hardier, but we had a heck of a winter last year, so there's a lot of dieback on this rose. There's also a couple of interesting things. You see that little hole that's there? That is rose cane borer. So an insect has laid its eggs on the top, and then it has bored down inside the stem and killed off this part of the stem. So whenever you see that, you want to remove it, and you want to make sure that there's no hole in the bottom that would tell you that it's actually deeper down. Now this rose shows us a little more clearly old wood versus new wood. The new wood is fairly clear. It doesn't have any bumps, or it doesn't look like bark. Whereas this branch here has this striping on it. And that tells us that it's about 2 years old. So shrub roses are a little bit harder because they often have a lot of old congested stuff. So you really have to think about what you're doing. All the old dead, disease damaged wood, even though that's got growth on it, I'm still taking it out below soil level. There are lots and lots of different types of roses: climbing roses, shrub roses, hybrid tea roses, but you can break most of it down into two groups: shrub roses and the hybrid tea style roses. You'll notice a remarkable lack of roses on these posts. And the reason for that is that as hardy as they are, our rough winter knocked them right back to the ground, and we had to cut them all the way down. And they will regrow. So don't get overly stressed about your roses. Problems happen, nature will overcome it. Aphids aren't that big a deal, and ladybugs, provided that you're not spraying in your garden, ladybugs will take care of the problem for you. Just enjoy. Hybrid tea roses